All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Life and Blade. We have Life spawning as the blue Night Elf here on the top right-hand side of the map. This is Twisted Metals version 1.9. All the way across on the other side of the map, we have Blade spawning as the yellow human. Human versus Night Elf in this 1v1 should be a good matchup as things are speeding on into place. One thing I will note, I will be traveling, in a couple of hours, and will not be able to cast for the rest of the week, but, felt obliged and honored over the donations over the past couple of days, or one big donation over the past couple of days to help support me, and it will definitely help me upgrade my computer. I haven't touched or upgraded my computer in over 10 years, so yeah, definitely going to help here as we are taking a look here. No Brute actually taking quite a bit of damage. That's going to get taken down, and now, Purge onto the Demon Hunter. So interestingly enough, this is a very interesting pathing by Life's Ancient of War. This Ancient of War purposely just even straight through the trees here, tanked a lot of damage, and now it's going to replenish those hit points, and now going to make this map feel a bit smaller. Okay, that Ancient of War just standing off right there. Are we going to see some more units getting trained up as the Demon Hunter is going to come back around the other side? And that does appear to be the case. Is the Footman going to try to train up something as well, or try to get something from the mercenary camp? You can see there's a boulder there. Forest Troll Shadow Priest picked up, and this is a very interesting creep pattern by Life that I haven't seen before. Meanwhile, Peasant's going to go ahead and quickly clear out to this creep camp on the top left-hand side of the map and set up an expansion. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter looking to try and just tank as much damage as possible, go after this Forest Troll. Alright, Water Elemental coupled with a little bit of damage. Archer is going to get taken down. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, however, the more important unit there, as the Demon Hunter still taking quite a bit of damage, but he does have early evasion. Ancient of War was taken out as well, so we are looking at Blade trying to shut things down here. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to take down this Footman? Yes, he does, but he's still sitting at level 1 and doesn't have mana burn just quite yet. Alright, there's some more evasion coming across here. Demon Hunter trying to take down that Archmage. However, Archmage is, bolstered by some Footmen and that Water Elemental as well, as we're looking at this Forest Troll Shadow Priest higher up a Forest Troll Berserker and back away. Demon Hunter sells, picks up some items, going to go ahead and Staff of Teleportation back home, and then try and heal up some of that precious lost hit points. Remember, he did not use mana burn earlier, so that means that all of that Moonwell juice goes towards his hit points, and well, that was still fairly effective. Coming back around here, Archmage going to clear up the remainder of this Ogre Warrior creep camp. We do see a Pendant of Energy was dropped. Wisp going to go ahead and scout out this location again, as this Forest Troll will get taken down. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter catches a Footman in transit. Are we going to perhaps see one of these guys get taken out as well? Or the Forest Troll Shadow Priest could abolish magic, the Water Elemental, giving level 2. That might actually be the right call here. No, going to be playing, coming around the mountain as a Forest Troll Berserker able to get an axe in the back of that Footman, allowing the Demon Hunter to now still continue that chase. Alright, a little bit of Water Elemental damage. Are we going to perhaps see a Forest Troll Shadow Priest abolish magic? We are looking at the expansion of Blade already up and operational, as that Arcane Tower is near done being upgraded. Alright, Footman now looking to engage back against the Demon Hunter here. Demon Hunter now looking to retreat back once more. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Forest Troll Berserker, gonna go back the other side here, getting a little bit of damage onto that Archmage. Archmage, while getting stuck here, does have Boots of Speed, and now trying to get some damage onto that Forest Troll Berserker instead. However, Forest Troll Berserker will have plenty of hit points, as the heroes are just running away separate from the rest of the units. Tree of Life now getting set up. We are now nearly done teching the tier 2. The Archmage perhaps is going to be looking for a Tree of Life off on the side. You can see it being built down to the side here, and Blade should be dropping a Water Elemental to try and stop this Tree of Life, or at least force a cancellation so that the expo is not up. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter are going to go ahead and clear out another creep camp here, picks up a Cloak of Shadows, and is now slowly making his way away as he did get purged. Alright, little bit of damage here. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Forest Troll Berserker here to try and, keep things going. We're looking at an Abolish Magic, dual Abolish Magic there. Wisps coming over to repair. There's a mana burn onto that Archmage, as the Archmage and the Footman, tale as old as time in WarCraft 3. chasing each other through Twisted Meadows, both of them wearing boots of speed. Not quite sure how it works on the Archmage, as the Archmage teleports away as well. Teleporting back down to the south here, Panda is going to be coming back across. He does have access to, I believe, Breath of Fire already, and that is going to be some big damage across all of these units. All right, is the Panda going to get surrounded? He is going to get surrounded. This could potentially be bad. There is a potential problem there as they're trying to break free. Is the Demon Hunter going to go after the Archmage? Yes, going to go after. There's Cloak of Shadows transfer. A beautiful transfer right there. And now we're trying to get more damage again. Panda trying to catch up to this one Footman. Footman was down to 73 hit points. The Breath of Fire would not have been enough, as the units are still backing away again. I was wondering what was happening there, but it turned out to be a Panda Breath of, or the Cloak of Shadows transfer. A beautiful Cloak of Shadows transfer there. That Footman does get taken out as he sacrifices himself to the Forest Troll Trappers. All right. Down to the south, Tree of Life going to continue to replenish his hit points, eating some trees, and now going to go after this Ogre Warrior creep camp. Meanwhile, Panda coming back down to the south here, going to rejoin. It does have a good amount of experience, even though he just made it out onto the battlefield, as the Demon Hunter and Panda looking to clear out this Ogre Warrior creep camp here. The expansion already up and operational for Blade, with a lot of infrastructure here. The Blacksmith, the Arcane Vault, tech to tier 2 is already done. Going into dual Arcane Sanctums, training up a Mountain King. Should be getting long-range rifles soon, but it seems like Blade has not been getting as much lumber as he needed. You can see this transition straight into lumber now, and we do see the improved lumber harvesting as well. Demon Hunter should get to level, or Brewmaster will get to level 2. Demon Hunter maybe just a little bit shy after this, as we are looking at the entangling of the gold mine. A lot of action early on here. Both sides teching, both sides set up expansions, but relatively a lot of action. So far though, Life has been able to do this all without having any real production buildings, finally getting into Ancients of Lore with Dryads. Remember that earlier Ancient of War was taken out, and he's been using mercenaries and hiring up a tavern hero and still being able to do a fairly effective job. Demon Hunter getting up to level 3, level 2 mana burn, obvious there, as we're looking at, the Rock Golem about to get taken down as well. Rock Golem walks all the way back, only to realize, wait, I should be joining in on this fight here, as the Panda will be staying at level 2. Alright, Demon Hunter gonna run across the Archmage perhaps. Is he gonna find the Archmage there, purposely pulling away aggro? Priest are out here on the battlefield. Demon Hunter gonna try and perhaps mana burn? No, that doesn't want a mana burn. Sees that the Mountain King is right there. There's a mana burn onto the Mountain King. However, the Demon Hunter could get surrounded. No, able to break free, but a quick bash once more. Demon Hunter says, you know what, for that extra bash, I'm gonna go ahead and mana burn you one more time, as he finally backs away. Meanwhile, Panda out here onto the battlefield. Druid of the Claw should be rejuvenating that Panda Bear, as we see dual level 3 heroes going up against a level 3, level 2. Alright, Life has, Blade seems to have found a good stride. Rifle casters with Mountain King and Archmage, level 3, level 2 Water Elementals, level 1 Brilliance Aura. Meanwhile, we're looking at some more rejuvenation. Druids of the Claw are still at Adept training. We are now teching nearly at Tree of Eternity, so we should be going into, Mastery training and getting those, tier 3 frontline bear units out onto the battlefield. Let's see what's going to unfold here. Mountain King, Archmage, Rifleman, Footman trying to lead the charge, but the Night Elf army is simply too close. Blade does have a very large army, though, sitting at 77 supply. Meanwhile, he doesn't feel quite ready to engage yet, perhaps wanting to get that Mountain King to level 3 first. Level 3 on that Mountain King would be a very big deal, and as we see Militia now being called over. Alright, not quite sure what's happening here. Gonna try and clear out this 4 o'clock starting location and bring Militia as well. Alright, so coming into a position, purposely taking a longer route so that his back is not exposed. And if there is a potential creep jack, he doesn't want to be in between the two armies here, as we're looking at the Mountain King. Should be able to get to level 3 if the Archmage backs away, or, yep, there's a double level heal up, and a sudden power spike. Archmage gets to level 4, level 2 Brilliance Aura, Mountain King at level 3, also with the Staff of Silence, able to silence the Archmage, or excuse me, the Demon Hunter before mana burns really go down. This is potentially a very big deal. There's a couple of flares to try and land a Stormbolt onto that Demon Hunter. There's a Stormbolt right there. Are we going to see a follow-up silence? That is the question. Nope, no follow-up silence there. The unit's trying to back away again. Mountain King does have the boots of speed. I thought there would have been a follow-up silence to try and protect that mana, but not going to be the case, as Blade is playing a beautiful game, already bringing in the mortar teams, as the Panda now needs to try and engage. Oh, no use of the Staff of Silence there. A little bit too late now, as the Mountain King already lost that ability to vault Stormbolt. Continuing to fire across here. Brewmaster may try and get some more mortar team Breath of Fires off. There is another Scroll of Healing, even though the Brewmaster does have level 2 Breath of Fire. It doesn't seem to be quite enough. There's another Drunken Haze. There's another Breath of Fire. Mountain King could be in trouble. There's that Scroll of Healing that we were talking about, as the mortar teams are just trying to burst down a Moonwell, as another Silence goes down again. All right. And we see level 4 now on the onto the Brewmaster. Druids of the Claw trying to engage. There's another Breath of Fire. The Moonwells are all pretty much dry here. 70 supply compared to 72. Both sides starting to get some heavy casualties, as the Mountain King gets another Stormbolt off, and perhaps is going to try and finish off that Demon Hunter. There's a Breath of Fire ripping on through. 2 very low hit point mortars and a couple of low hit point riflemen could get taken down, as we're still looking at a fight here. Both sides experiencing heavy losses. 71 supply 61 compared to 60, as both sides are still trying to inch out a little bit more ahead. Mountain King, Potion of Healing just in time, able to survive a little while longer. There's another Roar, as both sides just suffering heavy enough casualties. Are we going to see another Druid of the Claw get taken down? Yes, we are. Blade escapes away at 59 supply compared to 49. This Arcane Vault did save that Mountain King, as we should be looking at more priests joining in on the battle here, healing back up all of these units. Archmage going to use this time, heal, and then perhaps make its way back out to put in a bit more pressure. I thought perhaps there would have been an expansion here at the 4 o'clock spot, since we did see a couple of militia join in on that battle. Not the case. Archmage, however, does need to go pick up a Scroll of Town Portal, and also perhaps pick up some more Scrolls of Healing, as we saw how effective that Breath of Fire was. Scroll of Regeneration also to help try and, save some of the mana on those priests, as well, as they're going to be venturing forth. 65 compared to 58. Who's going to be able to come out quicker, as we see the Demon Hunter engaging against the Spellbreaker here. All right. More mortar teams getting added. That mortar team, going to have a very bad day. Slow Poison and Orb of Venom Poison on, not so hardy, quickly dead mortar teams there, as the Berserkers are once more on the move here. All right, 64 supply compared to 68. Blade opting to go for a creep camp here during this scenario. All right, so using the time, gonna go ahead and needs to pick up the Gem of Health, and now gonna go ahead and teleport back. There it is, into an engagement. Demon Hunter also gonna be teleporting back as well. And a quick round of exchanges there, as the workshop still standing, at least for now. All right, 71 supply compared to 61. Blade with a slight army size advantage. Meanwhile, Blade about to take a hero level advantage if he can get that Archmage up to level 5. Getting that Archmage up to level 5 would be a very big deal. Meanwhile, the Wisp still hanging around at this mercenary camp. Don't know what's really left here. Yeah, only 2 level 4 creeps, so perhaps going to go after this Rock Golem creep camp in the corner. There's a Stormbolt onto the Troll Trapper. We need to see some healing onto that Mountain King. And here we go. All right, some damage. Rock Golem going to be taking some hits again. 15 minutes into this game, and still no clear-cut victor as of yet. It's still anyone's game, as we see the Archmage get to level 5. He's going to back away and try and give more experience back to that Forest Troll High Priest. Meanwhile, the Mountain King, Forest Troll High Priest, somehow still staying alive, as we see a Staff of Teleportation inbound. Talisman of Evasion drop. Demon Hunter, are we going to see Silence anywhere? There's a Stormbolt onto the Demon Hunter already. Are we going to see Silence there? Oh, the Silence didn't actually hit the Demon Hunter. All right, so hits the Panda and the Bears, but not the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter still gets a mana burn off, and gets another one off again, as the Mountain King well, loses a lot of precious mana and a lot of opportunities to try and burst down or at least apply some lasting damage to that rather tanky Demon Hunter. Mountain King perhaps should head back over into the fight here. He needs to be the one to get that experience. Priests also need to heal. Archmage picking up perhaps some Scrolls of Town Portal and a Scroll of Healing as well. Alright, Twisted Meadows, a rather large map. Both sides able to, well, pretty much move around freely here. Where is that Mountain King going to travel off to next? That Mountain King looks low on hit points and, yes, is below 500 or 50%. But with that Kagar's Gem of Health, really has quite a bit of more health than you would think for a level 4 Mountain King. Level 4 Mountain King with a capacity of 1300 mana possible. The Priest with that itty-bitty heal. And gonna be a slow heal as we are looking at Circlet of Ability being dropped. Alright, are we gonna see a Scroll of Town Portal back here? Archmage now trying to run back over quickly. Perhaps pick up the Circlet of Nobility and then Scroll of Town Portal away. Nope, just gonna simply walk back as the Night Elf army gonna, well, put in pressure on the buildings. Alright, upgrading the castle finally after all this time, finally getting into tier 3. Blade's base actually rather sparse in terms of defense. There's not that much really there. And we are also looking at Life setting up a expansion at the 12 o'clock spot. Are we going to get some repairs? We are. Repairs are underway. That is going to be a lot of repairs here. Are we going to see some Breath of Fires? Yes, we are as well. That Panda trying to Breath of Fire blow over here as the Mountain King gets up to level 5. Level 5 Mountain King could mean some additional Storm Bolts. There's another Breath of Fire onto things here as the castle is still absorbing just enormous amount of damage. I don't believe that was actually a good trade for Life. Applying damage onto the castle, although it's just constantly getting repaired as we are now going into Inner Fire research. No sign for a third hero yet as the Altar of Kings, remember, was taken out. Dual level 5 heroes going up against a level 5, level 4. Wisp scouting out the bottom left, making sure that there's no expo there. And if Life can set up this expo on the top right, he will have the economic advantage cleanly. Staff of Teleportation inbound for the Archmage. Mountain King Archmage still looking to, well, pick up more items on the battlefield here as we're looking at the Demon Hunter and Dryads once more making their way across. Alright, Castle could be suffering quite a bit of damage again. Inner Fire still not done. Demon Hunter going to try to dive on in here. Go apply some damage onto these peasants. Scroll of Town Portal inbound as the Demon Hunter looks to back away. Alright, Demon Hunter able to dodge those mortar shots. Mountain King still needs a little bit, still needs a little bit more mana to be effective in shutting down the Demon Hunter here. Towers protecting that top left, and things do not look good for Blade right now, I would say. Even though he has the hero level advantage, it feels like in tempo, Life is the one dictating the game. It's similar to a game of football or football, where even though Blade has the ball more, it seems like Life is just in a better spot in controlling the pacing and the attack. Here we are into a fight across the center. There's another Scroll of Healing to try and counteract some damage as we're looking at the mortar teams getting dove on. Alright, so the mortar teams are getting dived on in order to try and remove some of that splash damage here. The Bears are going up against the Spellbreakers, which is actually a very strong call here. Another mana burn here as the entire backline is pretty much exposed. The Mountain King has no way to really get out of here. Does have another Scroll of Healing. We're going to see more mana burns again as the Archmage now down low on mana. 75 supply compared to 68. Druid of the Claw making their way back around. Are we going to get some rejuvenations as we're looking at level 5 now on, or level 5 now on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 5. Panda's trying to engage into this situation. Surprisingly, Demon Hunter and Panda both do not have any Staff of Preservations as the units are going to go ahead and teleport back. 78 supply compared to 53. Life really in control of this game now, should be able to bring back these Druids of the Claw, get some rejuvenations on them, and then get them back up to full fairly fast. Alright, looking at the Druids of the Claw retreating back home here. 78 supply. Look at all, that one Druid of the Claw didn't get the rejuvenation that he wanted. He should really be hanging back, get within friendly rejuvenation range of these other guys here. Yeah, look at that Druid of the Claw, 246 mana. This Druid of the Claw, perhaps he's going to get some mana and then try to rejuvenate or get a rejuvenation from somewhere. There we go. All right, get some rejuvenations onto some other Druids of the Claw as well. 78 supply sitting on 1,100 gold and 1,800 lumber with another base off to the north. Main bases have been mined out or will nearly mine out. Another expo trying to be built on the bottom left. Blades expo is scouted out by a wisp right here. Mountain King is currently invisible. May be able to get off a stunning Stormbolt. Remember that Demon Hunter only has 800 hit points, so early shutdown could be a big factor. No more Staff of Silence. Demon Hunter going to try to go after things here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Blade Demon Hunter? Yes, we are. Down to 400, down to 372 hit points. Are we going to look at a Potion of Invulnerability? There's a Breath of Fire, Potion of Invulnerability in time. He's staying alive, but ever so barely. And this is going to be very bad news. The Demon Hunter needs to get out of that position there. He gets a rejuvenation, so he's still, getting some hit points as life is trying to put in pressure here. The Demon Hunter gets bashed in. Scroll of Healing, Staff of Preservation for the save. Will he teleport back in time as the Panda now gets up to level 6? Are we looking at Earth, Storm, and Fire? Demon Hunter comes back fully recharged and refreshed, ready to go. 76 supply compared to 46, and Blade ends up throwing in the towel as life able to make a very, very strong comeback and just come back over the top. It felt that way even though all indicators felt like Blade and had the lead. He had the stronger economy. He was able to do a lot of pushing, but maybe perhaps that big push trade trying to take down the castle, and all it really took was a bunch of peasant and to keep on repairing. Well, no, Blade should have... Yeah, I'm trying to determine when the turning point of that fight was. Life was trying to take down the castle. He was unable to take down Blade's castle, but somehow, after that, Life did a quick pivot and was able to come out on top. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. Here are the final scores.